Hello, you guys. How are you guys doing? This is JJ. I hope that you guys are having a beautiful day. So, we're going to be doing what is it that you need to surrender? What is it that your guides or your spiritual team wants you to surrender? So, we have pile 1 and pile 2. I am going to talk a little bit about the general energies, which I think are so interesting just because they line up quite well. I will also be shuffling here in the background for every pile as well, just kind of like advice. Oh, okay. And then we have goodbye here as well. Okay, so if you're not interested in listening to the general message, you can fast forward to your selected option. Like always, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Something doesn't fit, do not force it to fit. Remember to take my readings or anybody else's readings with a grain of salt. You are a sovereign being and you know what is best for you. With that being said, we are going to start with the general reading. So, again, the topic is what is it that you need to surrender? And I think it's so interesting because we have acceptance here with fear and then growth. For a lot of you, you have been reflecting. You have been doing a lot of self-reflection. And I feel that you have outgrown something here. And I feel like you know this. You're just having a hard time accepting it. Whether this is your job, whether this is a relationship, a friendship, whatever it may be, you fill in the blank. But you have outgrown it. And look how she has the time here. Or a watch. It's like this energy of like, you're not wanting to see something that you have outgrown. And you know this, but there's fear here. There is fear. Because I feel like with whatever this is, you've seen different aspects of self, different aspects of yourself. And that was the point. But like everything in life, we see different aspects of ourselves through the reflection of others, or in the reflection of certain circumstances and situations. Therefore, we outgrow things. When the lesson is learned, we outgrow things. We're no longer that person, we learned what we needed to learn, and then whenever we're ready to break free. Now, for some of you, again, given the circumstances that you might be in, there is a hunger here. There's a desire to blossom in a different way. Right? To blossom in a different way, to do something different, to be someone different. You might be 33 years old, you might be 29, you might be 17, you might be life path 11, 4, 2, 1, 8, 3, master number 33. But it's like you're afraid of the unknown. It's like, I know, we're going to welcome Wanda in. Is this energy of like, I know that I have outgrown this. I know that I am no longer this person, or I no longer desire this. And you have to release it. You know that you have gained the wisdom, but it's like the fear of like what is on the other side. I feel like for many of you have awoken to your power. You have awoken to who you are. And you're ready to jump into something new, just like Wanda jumped into the screen. But I feel like for many of you, you are denying the fact that you need to make a change. And I get it. Change is uncomfortable. Change is difficult. Change is not easy. And not for many. I know there's some people out there that they love it. And they're like, yes, I yearn for change all the time. But not everybody's like that. And that is okay. But I feel like your guides are reminding you that being afraid of change is normal, but you cannot continue denying the fact that you want change. You don't want things to remain the way that they are right now. But you have been in denial. And I feel like your guides are saying this blindfold is going to be removed. Again, at the bottom of the tarot, we do have the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Swords is this energy of getting your ducks in a row. Is this energy of planning our escape, not getting caught. This is an energy of, yes, betrayal, deceit. This is Moon in Aquarius. This is the energy of moving in silence. This is the energy of, wanting to have the upper hand. This is the energy of deceit. Again, it's like Why are you deceiving yourself? Why are you holding on to this? Why are you denying this? Why are you holding on to this? Exactly. It could even be a fear. It doesn't have to be a job. It doesn't have to be a person. It doesn't have to be a friendship. It can literally be a fear. Why are you holding on to this? It's like you're getting in your own way. You're getting in your own way. You're self-sabotaging yourself. And I feel like there is this beautiful Ace of Cups that wants to happen, but it's like, then you bring in the Ten of Swords. You bring in these fears, these illusions, these worst case scenario. And your guys are saying, step in your power. This could even be like a masculine ancestor. Because there's a beautiful offer that is waiting for you, but they're like, you're holding on to this blindfold. And then we have goodbye. Yeah, through some reflection, you have been able to become aware of this. And then we have death. They're saying it's time to say goodbye to this, but this is a person, place, thing, thought, belief, you know, because we do have the Hierophant here. It's like it's time for you. And for some of you, it is a connection. For some of you, it is a job. For some of you, it is a role. It is something you identified with. But it's creating more harm than anything. It's like it's clipping your wings is what I'm getting here. Because you're meant to have this death and rebirth. You have changed. You have, and it's just a matter of like taking a leap of faith here. But that is what I have for you. Not pile one, for the general message. But again, it's kind of like you taming also with the Strength card, right? Like taming certain things, certain beliefs, certain desires that might not be healthy, that might not be good for you. Certain actions. But there's also this energy of holding back. La Fuerza is about holding back, the Strength card, right? It's about controlling our shadow self as well. Which can be our ego, our fears. Because it's creating a lot of like Five of Wands energy. It's creating a lot of inner struggle and outer struggle. Yeah, let go of the fear. For a lot of you, it's like fear. It's literally 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. But let's have a look. Let's see. We're going to start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this pile, this is your reading. So let's have a look. Let's see. What is it that you need to surrender? For some of you, you might be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. This can be a relationship. This can be something that is connected to your heartstrings. This can be a water sign. Literally, you might need to like, maybe you've been called to disconnect from a water sign. You're very intuitive. You are. Surrender to worry. For a lot of you, you're not opening your heart. And surrender to frustration. Pleasure. The Moon. Speaking of the Queen of Cups. Okay. La Muerte. Death. Y el Paje de Oros, which is the Page of Pentacles. Home. Jupiter. Okay, so let me just talk about these first before I move on to these other ones here. You need to surrender to worrying about a lot of things, which I know it's hard, right? Especially if you've never been on solid ground. If you are someone who has a lot of Scorpio in your chart or a lot of like Pluto in your chart, that things are always changing, they're always evolving. Therefore, you're kind of like always like, well, the rug can be pulled underneath my feet at any given time. I feel like the sun wants to rise for you here. It wants to come out for you. But I feel like there's a lot of frustration. It's like it's really hard for you, pile number 1, to enjoy things. And it's interesting because 1818, that might be significant here for some of you. It's like it's hard for you to just open up, to trust. Because of your fears, La Luna. Because of certain things that are deep in your subconscious. Maybe because, you know what, pile number 1, you've probably seen the ugliest side of humanity. I don't know why I'm getting that. And so it's like hard for you. It's hard for you because I feel like the moment you start enjoying with the pleasure card here, it's like the moon. It's like, you're like, is this an illusion? It's like these fears start creeping in and it's like it's cut short. I feel like there's something beautiful that wants to happen in your home. I feel like there's something beautiful that wants to manifest. I feel like for some of you, there is a worry about not belonging, not being accepted with the home here, or not having stable roots. Work on your root chakra here as well, is what I'm getting. It's like, am I secure? Because every time I feel secure, it's this energy of like the sandcastle comes down. Or it was this energy of like, it was always a sandcastle, it wasn't stable, that type of thing. I feel like there's an ending to illusions here. There's a transformation of illusions, of not being afraid of changes. Not being afraid that, yeah, the only constant in life is change. But that doesn't mean you cannot enjoy. Because I see something beautiful here starting for you with that Page of Pentacles. For some of you, there's a fear of being a mother. There's also fear that you're not being guided. It's like you go back and forth, back and forth. And so you let your fears, or you have like this emotional reaction to something here. And your guides are saying just approach the situation more calmly, right? Regroup. Take your time. Exciting news. Yeah, your guides are saying, look, you have to work on this because something wants to return to you, but I feel like you also need to return to yourself. 18 again. 18, 18, 18. There needs to be more balance in your life because there's a lot of good fortune here. There's a lot of blessings that want to come in. Whether this is because you're going to buy a new home, a raise, or Jupiter is partner, a spouse. But there's a lot of good fortune here. But it's like you're only worried about the energy of death, the energy of the moon. Yeah. I'm going to look up 1818, you guys. Hold up. Okay, so 1818 is the universe urging you to have faith in yourself and your abilities again. Your ability to create, to establish safety, to establish a firm foundation for yourself. Trust in the fact that you can set boundaries here. It's like you're being asked to unlock the path of abundance, but it's kind of like the frustration and the worry gets in the way, or these illusions get in the way. And again, finding balance in your relationships, finding harmony, it's important here. To communicate openly and honestly with your partners or with others. Fostering a strong foundation to build trust and understanding. Yeah, like there it is. Okay. Overload. Yeah, and I feel like for a lot of you, it's because you're overworking. You're stressing yourself out. Get more rest. Get more rest. I feel like that's really going to help. But for others of you, is this energy of like, things get overwhelming. Like you have a lot going on, and then you add, on top of that is like your fears as well, your worries. And so this robs you of your dreams. This robs you of your peace and your tranquility, your satisfaction in life, or living comfortable. So again, if you need to implement a new schedule, a new routine for yourself, do so, or a new activity in regards to self-care, that would be great, because there's amazing things coming in. Pile number one, really good things. But I feel like, again, something has gotten out of hand. It's like this energy of self-sabotaging. If you skip the intro, I talk about that. It's like it's time for you to plan something new, but it's like your fears and your frustrations don't allow you. It kind of like keeps you guarded here. So there needs to be more balance in your life, both emotionally, mentally, and also in your physical life. Because something wants to come back to you, or you need to come back to yourself. And how are you going to do that? By connecting with yourself. Maybe implementing a new spiritual routine as well. But there's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of good fortune waiting for you. But that is what I have. Reevaluate your frameworks, your structures, your foundation. See what needs to change in order for you to reduce your anxiety and your frustration and your worry. But that is what I have for you guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your reading. So if you chose the pie stone, this is your message. What is it that you need to surrender at this time? What is it that you need to let go of? These are going to be short and sweet. Some of them have advice. The first one did have advice as to why you need to surrender certain things. So hopefully this one does too. But let's have a look here. So what am I getting here with you guys? I'm getting this energy of control. I'm getting this energy of defensiveness. I'm getting this energy of, a lot of control. A lot of like wanting or not wanting to surrender. Again, there's this energy of like, I know I need to surrender. I know what I need to do, but it's like, I'm not doing it. Surrender to your intuition. Yeah, it's like at an intuitive level, you know this. Discernment. Okay, for some of you having a hard time discerning or finding discernment in your intuition. Okay. Ooh, Cancer twice. Okay, we are in Cancer season per Western astrology. And for those who follow sidereal, then it'll be in a bit when we step into Cancer season. So maybe for some of you, this will become more strong, the message around Cancer season when it comes to sidereal astrology. There's something that you're picking up intuitive, and Cancer is intuitive. Cancer is, your feelings, attitudes from the past. For some of you, there is something here that you're holding on to in regards to a past situation or a past event. Maybe with the Cancer, but it's this energy of needing to move forward. And like I said, I was picking up this 9 of Wands energy, like a lot of self-protection. And self-protection is good. And the fact that the ambulance is passing in the background lets me know, like, this is a message that your guys have been wanting to get through to you. But it's like, I'm not seeing it. I'm choosing not to see it. And so I feel here, again, like I said, self-protection is great. We need it. But sometimes we can take things to extreme. And we don't allow anybody in. Or we don't allow certain things in, right? And so we build these walls around ourselves. And so there's an energy of needing to break certain walls down. And you're finding discernment in regards to which walls to break down. Where should I invest, right? With the 7 of Pentacles there. It's like, which ones are going to give me the grapes to create wine? Or a beautiful fruit salad. Like, there's this energy of like keeping to yourself a lot, being very conservative. It's like, what do I nurture and what don't I nurture? Should I nurture this or should I not? And it's like this energy of like, we feel too much that our emotions blinds us, is kind of what I'm getting here. For others of you, you need to stop comparing yourself to other people. You do. You have your own magic. You have your own light. Everybody does. Everybody's journey is different. Don't compare yourself to somebody else's. Some people, for example, they know who they are from a very young age, and some people don't. There's other lessons that they need to go through, right? It would be unfair to compare yourself to someone else. Because if we're always comparing ourselves to someone else, then that's a losing game. Because there's always going to be someone who's better at something than us, right? And also, if you're focused on somebody else's garden, guess what? Your garden doesn't get watered. So you're just seeing this other person grow their garden, but yet you're not gardening your own. Then you're always going to be in the same energy. We have Six of Swords. Yeah, it's like you're needing to move away. Again, turbulent waters. It's like your emotions take over your thoughts, your ideas, or your beliefs. It's like they blind you. Because you are someone who's very adaptable with the chameleon here. And maybe through that adaptability, you lost yourself. Or you can't discern who you are because you can adapt anywhere. And it's like, wow, now I don't know who I am. Or I don't know what I want anymore. Because so many voices, so many other people around you. It's like I'm having a hard time finding discernment. That's what it feels like. And your guides are saying, move forward. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, your own attractiveness, your own power. Focus on the good things that you have. On the things that you were blessed with. And for others of you who are stuck in the past, you need to let that go. And I know it's not easy. So if you need to seek a professional, a therapist, a life coach, you know, feel free to do so. But I am getting this energy of like, you're stuck in the past, or you're holding someone to the past version of themselves. There's something there, or you yourself are keeping yourself stuck in the old version of who you used to be. And it's like you're not that person anymore. Schedule. Care. Everybody's getting this. Of like schedule self-care here. Yeah, because it's like there's this trap here. And I feel like the trap here is, again, you keep comparing yourself to other people. Or you keep holding yourself or somebody else to the past version of who they used to be. And see, people change and people evolve. But again, it's like the discernment. It's like you're having trouble discerning this. And this is reminding me of the solar plexus. It's like there's confidence in that. Maybe at some point, okay, this is another message. Maybe at some point you thought you knew somebody and you listened to your intuition because your intuition kept telling you like, this person is like this, they're good, they're trustworthy. And then they turned out not to be. And therefore it created this disconnection with your intuition, which is your discernment, because you're showing up as Cancer twice. So this tells me you are someone who listens to your intuition. You're someone who is very intuitive. That is like your main lens, if you will. And because there's a wounding there, or a wounding to your emotions because of something from the past, it's like it keeps you in this trap. Because you're like, I'm not sure now what's my intuition and what is not. And first of all, if my intuition is correct or not. And that is where the lack of intuition is coming from. That's why you don't know what to invest in. That's why you're having a hard time seeing what is it that I need to nurture or not nurture. Maybe because someone used to compare you with someone else. I don't know. Because for you, your intuition was your form of protection. But because you couldn't see something, it's like, I don't know. This could have been a parent too that left this wound for some of you. Not for all of you though. And it's like now you're approaching things very logically. Now you're approaching things very mind over matter, mind over heart, mind over emotions. Where I feel like pile number 2, you are someone who is meant to navigate life through your emotions. Not to say that you're not going to use your logical mind. That's not true. You are going to. But I feel like the main motor behind how you move is through your intuition. So there's a need for you to address or to become aware of what this wound is so that you can get back to your main driving force. Healing money issues. For some of you, this could have been related to business, to money. Yeah, it's like choose yourself first, because it keeps you in this maybe. It keeps you in the that's the trap here. What is the lack of discernment? What's going on? Okay. Ask more questions. Deepening bond. Yeah, it's like you don't allow yourself to deepen, to open up to others. This is like a mixed bag. For some of you is a wound to your intuition, which was again your main compass in life, and because of that wounding, which again it leads to your emotions. It was something emotional here. I trusted my intuition in this situation, and it quote unquote basically failed, right? Or I was wrong, so therefore I don't trust my intuition anymore. For others of you is this energy of like you keep comparing yourself to other people, therefore you're not focused on your garden, you're focused on somebody else's garden, so your garden doesn't get watered. Then the other group is this energy of like I keep myself closed off, I don't nurture something fully due to the fact that something happened that leaves that I always find myself asking more and more questions about the situation, again because there is a disconnection to your intuition and your emotions because of a wound, and that is the trap. Maybe at some point you didn't choose yourself first, and it's like you're punishing yourself for that. And I gotta say, pile number 2, we all make mistakes. We all do. I feel like many of us at some point in our lives did not choose ourselves. And that's okay. We live and we learn. And maybe because you didn't choose yourself first, it's like now you're comparing yourself, especially if this was in a relationship, right? It's this energy of like, well, let's say for example, this person chose somebody else. So now you're comparing yourself to other people because you're like, oh, well, what does this person have that I don't? So again, it creates this like disconnection of self. It creates a disconnection of self. Yeah, because Cancer is the 4th house. And I feel like it's not only getting in the way of your relationships, but also in your business for some of you, and in your money, in your bag. And your guides are saying something beautiful, new money path, something wants to be birthed here. And Cancer is the mother. Could be a heavy, big mother wound here as well. Because it's like I don't give myself fully to something here, to a cause, to a person, to a role. It's like I put a barrier, right? Kind of like Cancer, they have this shell, right? And it's like, all right, nomás hasta cierto punto, only to a certain point you can come in. And again, that doesn't mean go out and about and be open with everybody either. You know, baby steps, slow steps here. That's what I'm saying. If you feel like you need to talk to a therapist, counselor, coach, go ahead and do so, I think. Or if you already started, I feel like that's going to be very helpful for you. It's going to be very helpful for you. But let's see. Because I feel like there's a bond here that wants to deepen for you. Maybe this is someone you have children with, but it's kind of like you're stuck here in this trap. Which again, I feel like it comes down to because I didn't choose myself first when I should have. Whether this wasn't something that happened with this person or something in the past. Yeah. It's like you turned your back to certain things. Yeah, you closed your eye to certain things. It's like you chose not to see. So you resisted tapping into your power and creating this change. But all I want to say is, it's, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, because I feel like you're now ready to create something new, especially with the As de Oros, which is the Ace of Pentacles. You're ready to nurture something else. Hi, Wanda. But I feel like, again, you need to see the illusion and the trap for what it is, because you are worthy of it. This was just a lesson. This was just something that your soul experienced. And now you know. Now you know that you have to choose yourself first. And if you have any questions, ask, right? Ask more questions. Don't be afraid. Maybe before you bit your tongue, you were kind of like, I'm not, right? No questions asked kind of thing. But I feel like in order for you to create this deep bond, you do have to be open. You have to be vulnerable. You have to allow someone, again, not everybody, the person you choose, to see the ugly side of ourselves, right? To see the messy parts, the anger, the part of us that is the most insecure. And of course, you're going to do this in your own timing. But I feel like now you're ready. And your higher self is the one guiding you through this. You're now ready. I feel like you're ready for a new blueprint in your life. You're ready to create something new. You're ready to rebuild yourself as well. Yeah, because I feel like at some point you turned your back on yourself. Maybe even on projects. But there's something beautiful here. Again, I know this was a mixed bag, but that is what I have for you guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a beautiful Tuesday or a beautiful weekday, whenever you are watching this video. And I will see you guys in the next pick a card. Bye.